It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, September 22nd. I'm Michael Groff, and the first day of fall will be roaring in like a lion across the southwest states today. Got numerous showers and thunderstorms possible, and even some severe weather to talk about. So we'll get into all of that as we look over the city this morning from atop South Mountain. A few clouds out there right now, and it's on the warm side as well. 81 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 66, relative humidity 62%. The winds are calm and the barometer is steady. There you see some clouds and plenty of moisture across much of Arizona this morning. That's still in association with the leftovers of what was Hurricane Payne earlier this week. That'll be an important factor in our weather this afternoon. Radar shows some isolated showers, even a rumble of thunder across portions of western Arizona this morning. And the watch warning map, yeah, we're lit up all over the west. Plenty of wind advisories, high wind watches and warnings, fire danger issues. Plenty of stuff to talk about out this way. All in association with a big upper low that's moving through. Also some pollution issues for portions of the Dallas and Indianapolis metro areas. And flash flood watches and warnings still in effect for portions of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and Wisconsin. All right, the convective outlook for today. There's a marginal risk across southern Minnesota and northern Iowa, but more pertinent to us, we've got a marginal risk from about Phoenix through northern Arizona today. A slight risk of severe weather in extreme northern Arizona and across central Utah. And that is all in association with a very good cold front that'll be coming on through today. Tomorrow, that marginal risk area is across the western high plains. On Saturday, that area shifts further to the east from the Texas Panhandle into southern Minnesota. All right, the models, let's get into it. The 06C GFS valid at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. Here's that big upper low spinning over Nevada. A cold front will be headed south through western Arizona by about this time. And we have lots of ingredients coming together to produce, at the very least, scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms throughout much of the state today. I think the best window of opportunity for us to get precipitation here in the valley starts from late this morning, say around 10 or 11 o'clock, through early this evening, 6 to 7 p.m. or so. After that, the cold front will come through and much drier and cooler air will sweep on in here. So I want to show you some of those ingredients that are coming together across the state today to produce a pretty volatile atmosphere from about Maricopa County on northward. We've got that deepening low to our northwest, plenty of strong winds aloft. We have cooler air coming in aloft. Remember, the last couple of days, we've had that warm tropical air mass and warm air aloft, which has precluded much in the way of precipitation to develop. Well, that will change today as that cold front approaches. Speaking of the tropical air, by the way, we still have that around here. Precipitable water values in excess of 1.8 inches across southern Arizona. And that represents greater than the 99th percentile for this date. We have lots of energy in the atmosphere, around 1,200 joules or so from the Phoenix area on southward. We have good unidirectional shear, which will help to form a pretty good line of thunderstorms along that front this afternoon. And we have plenty of lift, good forced ascent in the atmosphere today. So you put all that together, and what that means for us, the key ingredients for storms today, or the key components for severe weather today, well, they'll probably be likely to produce strong straight-line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Could see some pretty good-sized hail, upwards of 1 inch in diameter or so. Some brief heavy rain that could produce localized flash flooding. And in northern Arizona today, and I wanted to show you this graphic. We don't see this around here very often. This is the STP, the significant tornado parameter. Now, you might associate that with places like Tornado Alley or in the south, Dixie Alley. But around here, anytime this number is not 0, it raises an eyebrow. But when you see values greater than 1, that means that there's a chance, albeit fairly small, of a significant tornado. That means a tornado of EF2 intensity or greater to form in that particular zone. And you see a value of about 2.0 there for the Flagstaff area this afternoon. Now, does that mean that a tornado is going to form in northern Arizona or the Flagstaff area today? No, it does not. In fact, the chances of that, technically speaking, from a objective standpoint and historically, are fairly small. Since 1951, Arizona has averaged about 4 tornadoes per year. But we want to pass this along, giving you the information. want to keep vigilant. Keep your eyes to the sky today, in particular, with this very vigorous system. There are some similarities between this system and the one that came through here in October of 2010. On October 6th, the National Weather Service in Belmont confirmed 8 tornadoes in northern Arizona, including one that was an EF3. So with those somewhat similar atmospheric conditions, we'll keep an eye out on this for today. I don't think this storm is quite as intense as that storm, but nonetheless, conditions would be favorable for the possibility in northern Arizona. All right, the QPF from all of this, when we're done with all of this intense action this afternoon, probably see about 0.3 inches or so in the Phoenix area today. Now, some places will see more, of course. Isolated storms will be capable of dropping an inch or so of rain, but some places are going to get nothing, and that's just the reality of storm systems this time of year moving through the area. All right, boy, by tomorrow, we calm down, we start to dry out, and conditions are going to be very pleasant for the weekend and through much of next week. Tomorrow, we don't even get out of the 80s, so that'll feel really nice, especially with that very dry air coming in. Tomorrow night, dew points are going to be down in the 20s or 30s, so overnight lows will plummet into the upper 50s in some of the cooler valley locations to about the mid-60s in the urban core. Saturday, probably about 90. Sunday, low to mid-90s. And lows will still be very pleasant each morning. Monday will be about the low 90s. Tuesday, the low 90s. Wednesday, same thing. Right around 90 to 95 or so. And lows each morning, upper 50s to upper 60s. Here we go out to a week from today. This is the 29th of September. And there's another tropical system off the west coast of Mexico. We were showing you this on yesterday's iteration of the GFS. And it's there again today, a little bit further to the west, but it could possibly inject some moisture into the area, so we want to talk about it. And then as we go out toward the end of the forecast period, this is Saturday, October the 1st. Well, you see a pretty deep low retrograding off the Pacific Northwest coast. Got another trough moving through the Pacific Northwest. So general troughing pushing in. Temperatures would be right around, maybe even a degree or two shy of normal here as we start the month of October. Sounds pretty nice. Conditions, maybe some moisture would come in off of the active tropics in the East Pacific, but that's so far away that it's not really worth getting all worked up about right now. Temperatures through the period, again today, I don't know, maybe we might get into the low 90s this afternoon. We'll just have to see. It depends on when the precipitation arrives. But then tomorrow, 87 sounds about right. 89 for Saturday. We'll get up into the low to mid-90s Sunday and hold it in the low to mid-90s through much of next week, and then maybe cooler by the very end of the period. Either way you look at it, temperatures are looking really nice as we close out the end of summer here and head on into fall and into October. Looking perfect. That's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. We'll have our next video posted tomorrow morning, or, of course, if conditions warrant, we may post an update later this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.